Hello, my name is Dale Wilhite. I live at the Franz Clymer in Mountain Village, Colorado. If you want to find out anything about me, you can go to MySpace where I have a page. This here is about what you should know before you go to Hawaii. I lived in Hawaii for about 4.5 years, from December 1989 until April 1990. I lived on the island of Oahu. I lived up in Whitmore Village, which is located near Wahiawa and Mililani. I worked about 4 different jobs there and had a blast. I went back in December of 91 and stayed there until December of 94, and then went back for about 4 months in 95, and then for about a month in 98. And that was on the Big Island on the Kalua site. Worked for the King Kamehameha, worked for Uncle Billy's, worked for the Kahoa Beach Hotel, worked for, unfortunately, a boat called the Booze Cruise, and did various other things, landscaping and things like that. What I wanted to do was give you some good tips about Hawaii, and first of all, getting there. If you live across the country, if you're single, or if it's just you and someone else, and you really want to save some money, and you're going there to live, you might want to just maybe take a train or take a bus to California and catch a flight out of there. That saved me about $500. I did that from Florida. Second time I did that from Florida. First time I flew from Florida to Hawaii, round trip ticket would last me up for a year, and that was about $900, but that was in 1989. Anyhow, you can take a train or take a bus, and then catch a plane in Los Angeles. And of course, you want to buy the ticket in advance, and you want to get some good discounts. When you go to Hawaii, it's going to take about 5.5 hours. The last time I came back from Hawaii in 98, they actually arrived in LA around midnight. Actually, to take that back, it was about 3 a.m. And they got there in like 4.5 hours. They just took off. Then it was flying with the Hawaiian Air. And that would have been in early April of 1998. Anyhow, I don't know, depending on whether you're single or not, you can stay at a hostel if you want to save a lot of money, or you can stay at the YMCA. A hostel back in the 90s, and even some people have told me as early as 2006, you can get some on the island of Oahu for maybe like $10 a night. The ones on Maui, Kauai, and the Big Island can be about $25 to $35 a night. So they're a little bit up there, but you're not going to be spending a whole lot of time there anyway if you're going to Hawaii. That's just something you don't do. But it's a good place for you to go. You can save some money. They do have places for you to lock things up, some of your belongings up. And it's a way to give you at least an address so you can find yourself a job. And the first thing to do is go to a temporary service, unless you're a professional, and get on with them and get you going, get started. And then that way you find yourself a room to rent out or, an apartment. I'm going to pretty much stay with the Big Island. As far as hotels are concerned, there is one chain of hotels that is completely Hawaiian owned, and that is the Seaside Hotel. Back in 1991 and 92, 95, and 98, I stayed there at least a couple of nights, and back then it ran me like $55 a night. May run about $65 now. But it's a great hotel. It's the only chain of hotels in Hawaii that's actually owned by Hawaiians, and that's part of it. A part of the culture, and it's really cool. The other things I can tell you about is that you need to take, if each person would need to take about $2,000. Now this is if you're going to live there. You need to take about $2,000 with you. That's going to come. You're going to need that money, especially if you plan on getting an apartment. The first time I went, I had just a little over $1,000 when I got there, and I just barely made it. But I had to work 4 different jobs just to try to make 40 to 50 hours a week. And I worked for Pizza Hut, BJ Furniture in Pearl City, and Rabbit Transit in Honolulu and Waikiki. And I did some pineapple things a little bit, which was kind of fun. That was on the island of Oahu, 89 to 90. The second time I went, I did on the island of the Big Island of Hawaii. I worked landscaping, like I said, the Booze Cruise, Uncle Billy's, King Kamehameha. I did all that, and eventually I just ended up finally just working for King Kamehameha. which was great. It was 3 years of, the best time of my life. I hardly didn't even buy any food because, that you can eat at the hotel for free. And I ate a lot of steak. Especially, that's why I always wanted to work the luau's. There was a lot of steak left over. And it was just a blast, like that. Now, if you have a problem with heat, you're going to have a problem with Hawaii. So if you get in an apartment or something, you need to get one with an air conditioner in it, or one where you put one in it, because a lot of places there don't have air conditioners. That's about some of what I wanted to talk about. All I can tell you is that it's great. Oahu does have the most jobs, but it's a very congested place. I remember that the Circle Island bus, which is the main bus line there, it takes about 2.5 hours to go all the way around the island, although they don't actually go all the way around it. So you just have to look on the internet, look at a map, and you'll see the roads, how it goes. The best place to live if you want to get out of all the congestion is up around Wahiawa, Mililani, or the North Shore. On the Big Island, you can live over in the Hilo side, which is 90 miles from Kaluakona, and you can drive back and forth, but it's a long drive, and it's very wet on the Hilo side, so I would look up how much rain they get. They get over 100 inches a year, even though they've been kind of in a drought for a while. On the Kona side, I remember the most ever getting is like 11 inches a year, and it just kills you. Down there, when you're down there in Kona, and you're looking up, up towards higher elevations, and you see all that rain up there, and you're just down there just frying. But that's the way it goes. I think I've covered about everything I wanted to cover. As far as employment, check the internet. Make sure you look at the newspapers very carefully. Look at the rentals. You can tell a lot about a place, by the rentals they have, or the jobs they have, the want ads. They have quite a few still on the Big Island. The Kona side, again, is the main place to go for work. Hilo side, I don't know. It's cheaper over there, though. The Hilo side is much cheaper to live. So that's why sometimes people live over there and drive over to Kona. But again, it's a long drive. Kauai usually has the highest unemployment of the main islands. There's 9 islands, but of the main ones like Maui, Big Island, Oahu, and Kauai, Kauai usually has the highest unemployment. So that's not the best place to go for employment. Keep that in mind. The best place to go, if you're new, I would suggest that you go to the island of Oahu. If you don't have a whole lot of money. Now, if you have a whole lot of money, then you can take a shot and go to Maui, or go to the Big Island, or even go to Kauai. But the jobs are going to be a little bit less there. But check around, look on the internet, see what's going on, look at the unemployment rate, take a look at what's happening in Japan, because their economy in Hawaii is more dependent on Japanese economy than it is on ours, or influenced more by the Japanese economy. So anyway, I better stop here. I can't go over 10 minutes. I hope that helps a little bit, but it's a great life over there. I miss it very much. I love it here in Colorado, but I would love to live there. And on the Kona side, you can really, if you can get a place close to Kona or in Kona, you don't really need a car. You can get a moped or a bicycle. If you go down up Captain Cook, you might be a moped is probably all you're going to need. But it's great living over there, and I would strongly suggest that you go visit. It's a great place. But if you're kind of short on money, you're single, or you're just going on the person, you're not going to bring too much, you can stay at a hostel. Just check them out. I would strongly suggest that you join a hostel that has a membership. It's cheaper. That way you can stay at any hostel in anywhere, I guess, in the world, or at least in America. So keep that in mind. I better stop. All right. Thank you for your time, and I hope this helped out some. And sorry I talked too fast, but that's just I'm a little bit hyper. Anyway, thank you for your time.